I just really twisted your arm.
Fantastic. Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chuck Veach, and I'm a member of the board at the Reston Historic Trust. And welcome to the 11th annual, and a very special Founders Day. I want to give a special thanks to the South Lakes Drum Line under the direction of Grayson Four, and of course our wonderful Reston Community Orchestra under the baton of Maestro Dino Ferry. Let's give him a big hand. The Reston Historic Trust would like to thank Reston Association, the Reston Community Center, and the Friends of Lake Ann for their terrific help in getting all this pulled together. It's been quite a chore, and as all of us know, it's been a wild couple of weeks for all of us, and there's still more to come. On this beautiful day, this beautiful sunshiny day in Lake Ann, I have a quote to share with you from our founder that was first delivered nearly 50 years ago right here at Lake Ann Plaza. It was part of the dedication ceremony for our new town. And I quote, "The dedication of Reston, Virginia celebrates not the completion of this new town, but symbolizes rather its beginning. Now, after 5 years of work, investment, planning, and employment of a dozen different skills and 100 different talents, Reston has become a reality. It is a place where people will come to live, to work, to play, to call their own. A tower spire and a leafy tree both mark this new place in the world, a wedding of 20th century urban invention and the ancient and natural beauty of the land. We have just begun to build. There's very much more to come. It won't happen in a day. But from this day forward, Reston is its people." And one of the many great people in Reston is Beverly Caution. Beverly has lived in Reston since 1967, was a Reston recipient in 2011, and is a founding member of the Reston Chorale and Reston Community Players. She's been on the Reston Community Center board since 2001 and currently serves as chair of the Reston Community Center. Beverly, please come on. Everyone, please stand for the presentation of the colors by the South Lakes High School JROTC. Please be seated. Thank you, Beverly. And thank you to the South Lakes JROTC. Now I'd like to bring to the stage our wonderful representative to the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors from the Hunter Mill District, Kathy Hutchins. She has served as this, who's coming with you? Oh, Sharon's coming too. And Sharon Bulova, our wonderful chairman of the board of the Fairfax County.
Good afternoon. I'll tell you that statement probably would be, good morning, hello, who are you? I've just moved to Reston, what's your name? Isn't that what we all said back in 1969 and all those days before and afterward? I'm delighted to be here today. This is a very, very special day. And for me and for my family, this is very special in that we landed here by accident in 1969. In 1969, things were vastly different in the country and the world. And we found that we were lucky to be able to find a place where we could raise a family, we could create friends, we could give back, and really be able to do what everyone thought was the most important part of being a part of a community. Reston has really been able to give us and so many other people that really important thing that they belong and they're part of a community. And it can all be thankful to Bob Simon, the visionary and the founder of Reston. Bob, we're here to wish you a special happy birthday from the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors and to say thank you for the work that you've done in truly helping us also carry out what can be the full vision of Fairfax County. After all, Reston has been and is a model, and we intend to continue trying to use this model to be what we in Fairfax County should be. And I'm joined by the chairman of the board, and I'm going to ask Sharon to read the proclamation to you, and then I have a second that we would like to read.
I am pleased to read this proclamation that passed more than unanimously before the Board of Supervisors with great enthusiasm. It was one of those things. And before I do that, let me just add my comments to Kathy's. In 1966, I moved into Fairfax County, so I was part of that baby boomer group that moved into Fairfax County, looked for homes, and was part of that first, or that wave of growth. And I remember Reston being founded at the time and being envious. I was living on the other side of the county in South County, and Reston was a brave, exciting new experiment, and boy, has it fulfilled all of its promise and then some. So congratulations to everyone who is a Restonian, everyone who always ever wished they were a Restonian, and happy birthday and thank you to the founder of Reston. Thank you, Bob. I'll do this very quickly. This is the proclamation that was passed by our board on April the 10th. Robert E. Simon Jr., founder and premier resident of Reston, will celebrate his 100th birthday. And whereas Rob Simon's vision for a new town where people can live, work, and play is a robust, walkable community in Fairfax County known as Reston, and whereas Reston is a community of nearly 170 neighborhoods and condominiums associations connected by 55 miles of paved pathways, whereas Robert Simon has received numerous accolades, awards, and recognitions for his work, foresight, and vision, including a joint resolution by the Virginia General Assembly. And whereas the 100th birthday of Robert Simon will be celebrated, is being celebrated through the Founders Day 2014 activities, now therefore be it resolved that the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors, on behalf of all residents of Fairfax County, does proclaim April 10th, 2014 as Robert E. Simon Day in Fairfax County to wish him a happy birthday and thank him for his noteworthy vision and outstanding contributions to Fairfax County and the Hunter Mill District. Congratulations.
Here today without the work of a lot of folks throughout the community, but one that has spearheaded this work, and that is the Historic Trust, the keeper of the history of Reston. And I thought it appropriate that we thank them in a manner that could be continued in recognizing them. And the proclamation reads, whereas Reston was founded by the visionary Robert E. Simon, and I will go past that, the planned community of Reston. And whereas Reston was planned and designed by world-renowned planners and architects and brought to Virginia the concepts of high-density housing, mixed-use development, which preserves open space and have become a model of developments around the globe. And whereas Reston is a place where residents can live, work, play within the community in contrast to suburban neighborhoods that require automobiles to access shopping, schools, and entertainment. And whereas the goals for Reston include offering a full range of housing prices and styles, encouraging structural and natural beauty, and creating an opportunity for people to live in a community for a lifetime and its commercial success. And whereas the concepts of goals and guiding principles of development of Reston are key components of our most recent community development concepts, including smart growth, aging in place, green cities, and new urbanism. Therefore, be it resolved that the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors, on behalf of all residents of Fairfax County, does congratulate the Reston for its 50th anniversary and recognize it as an urban utopia with all planned communities can be measured. And signed by the chairman and myself. Thank you very much for the opportunity for us to take time and acknowledge the accomplishments of Bob Simon, but also to acknowledge the sense of community that has been created here in Reston, and to go on for 50 years and many, many more. Thank you very much.
Now, at this moment, I'd like to call on Delegate Ken Plum and Senator Janet Howell. Both, they're coming together. Here we go.
Happy birthday, Bob, and thank you. You have created the most wonderful community. You did it by design, not only beautiful design, but you planned for a community that would care about its natural environment, the arts, and most importantly, each other. You made us the first welcoming community in the whole state of Virginia. Hunt and I will have lived here 40 years in October. It changed our lives, it opened opportunities for us, it gave us great friendships with people who thought a little bit more progressively than most of the rest of the country. And for us, it's particularly meaningful, and we're particularly grateful, Bob, because our son Eric and his wife and his son Ian have also now bought a house in Reston. We have for you a Senate joint resolution. We're not going to read it. But in 2 weeks, the Lieutenant Governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia, Ralph Northam, will present it to you on the floor of the Virginia Senate. So happy.
Distinguished guests, Reston friends and neighbors, ladies and gentlemen, I join Janet in extending to Bob a happy birthday on behalf of the Commonwealth and our community for its 50th anniversary. You know, history is a big thing in Virginia. We spend a lot of time thinking about it. There's a story going around that, you know, to replace a light bulb in Virginia takes several people. One to take out the bulb and the rest to talk about how wonderful that previous bulb was. And how terrible it was that the federal government took away our incandescent bulbs. I'm not going to be able to add to the words of these commending resolutions and so on that you have heard expressed already, but I do want to say sincerely how proud Jane, who's here with me, my wife, and I are to be Reston residents, and how honored we are to represent you in the legislative halls. I've had a couple of conversations with out-of-town folks today, and they already sense there's something special here, and that something special is community. It's kind of hard to define it, but when you see it, you know it. You can feel it. Reston is a special place to live. Reston serves as a shining example that we hope the rest of the Commonwealth will emulate. And also on this occasion of the 50th anniversary of the most successful planned community in the country, we say congratulations and best wishes. Thank you.
You see all the white tents there? You see all the white tents?
Would I like to call up our wonderful representative, Jerry Conlon.
Chuck. Happy birthday, Reston. And happy birthday, Bob Simon. You know, Bob Simon was born the year World War I broke out. I don't know if you remember the story about Will Rogers, who called a press conference later on in that war to announce that he had a solution to the U-boat problem that was sinking Allied shipping. So the press said, well, all right, Mr. Rogers, what's that? And he said, well, we're going to heat up the oceans to about 400 degrees Fahrenheit, forcing them all to surface, and then we're going to shoot them down as surface vessels. To which, of course, some enterprising reporter said, well, how are you going to do that? And Mr. Rogers answered, hey, I'm just the idea guy. In Bob Simon, we had an idea guy who followed through. And out of that idea grew a beautiful place with an extraordinary identity. You know, I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that the values that he helped instill in this idea called Reston have actually now permeated our entire county. And in fact, if we're not careful, they're going to spread all over Northern Virginia. Inclusiveness, opportunity, respect, civility. Now that I think of it, Tim, we could use some of these values in Congress. I don't know. But honestly, Reston, which initially was seen as sort of that place far away, nobody, I don't know, some strange people have chosen to live way out there. They seem to have a bus of their own. Now Reston has set the standard. Reston has positively educated and affected our entire community. And you should be proud of that. And Bob and Cheryl, you should be proud of that. You started something that will live forever. In any event, as you know, in Congress, in between, the 56th vote to repeal Obamacare and to make sure, the hungry stay hungry, I managed to sneak in a resolution that was not opposed, honoring Bob and Reston for your joint birthdays, and I'm proud to present it here today. God bless you all, and keep going, Reston!
I'd now like to call up the Lieutenant Governor of the Commonwealth, Mr. Northam.
Thank you so much, Chuck, and good afternoon, Reston. It is a real pleasure to be here, and I thank you all so much for the opportunity to share just a couple comments with you. I'll tell you that I'm looking forward, Mr. Simon, to you coming to Richmond in 2 weeks when we present the resolution. And just as Congressman Connolly just said, I hope that you bring some of your vision and your civility and your planning to Richmond, because we have a few obstacles that we're trying to get past right now as well. So we look forward to seeing you. I do bring greetings to you today from Richmond on behalf of our governor, who word on the square is that he may be here in just a little bit, but and also our Attorney General, Mark Herring, and myself. We do want